Right. So before we get into that, there's a couple of things I want to get into more deeply. One is how to read the, the tea leaves in the Barr letter as in guessing what is in the Mueller report. And then the other is how things might play out in these other venues, where district attorneys are dealing with stuff, but, or federal prosecutors are dealing with stuff, I guess. But one more question I'm on the edge of my seat about is, as I recall, one reason you thought there might be a finding of the strongest kind of quid pro quo is because of information you had access to that wasn't public, including information you had shared with the FBI. Yeah. Now, I'm totally on the edge of my seat, and I assume it's naive for me to hope that we're ready for the big reveal.
What I will say is that nothing in the declination memo would apply to what I went to the FBI about, partly because the declination memo really deals primarily with Trump people, and I've said publicly this is not a Trump person. So, but the other important thing is the urgent reason I went to the FBI. The thing that got me over the hump of doing that was pretty far outside the field of what people think of in terms of the election attack, and so it's clearly not covered in what Barr was talking about. So I have no idea whether FBI has decided I'm crazy, whether FBI has decided, I have no idea. I'm probably not going to say much more, but
it looks like you were tempted.
No, I mean, it's been a long time. I don't know how to read the tea leaves that I'm looking at. There certainly are things that I think, lead me to believe I'm not wrong, but I'm certainly open to the possibility that I'm wrong and that the FBI investigated both him and me and decided that there was nothing there, because I'm sure that I got scrutinized pretty closely in all of this too. So, or it may be that, that this kind of stuff is hard to pin down.
But am I wrong in thinking that this piece of information did have relevance to the strong version of the quid pro quo?
Yeah, it does. It did. It does. It did. I will say there's been at least one thing that has come out that looks familiar to me, and I don't know whether it looks familiar because of coincidence or whether it looks familiar because I was seeing it, right? So I don't know.
And so is it possible that the Mueller report does contain the information you gave the FBI?
Is it possible? It's possible. It is possible, but I suspect that it would be, I suspect that it would be the kind of thing that they would have farmed back out. Let me put it that way.
Yeah.
And I suspect it would be that, yeah, I'll put it that way.
Farmed out to a U.S. attorney? Or
yeah. Yeah. I mean, I will say that, there's something that again, I went to the FBI about something that may never have been moved under Mueller. That was the most alarming thing. Or it may have. And that, I'm sure hasn't been resolved. I don't know if I helped them resolve it or not.
Okay.